Today we are going to see how to use Hugging Face and LangChain to build a generative AI application. And here we will use open source model from the Hugging Face and the framework LangChain to build our artificial intelligence applications. So first, what is Hugging Face? Hugging Face is a leading platform for NLP, natural language processing, that provides a wide range of tools and libraries to work with LLMs, that is large language models. The platform also offers a model hub where developer can share and access pre-trained models, fostering collaboration and innovation in the AI community. Hugging Face simplifies the development and fine-tuning of NLP models, making advanced AI accessible to a broader audience. And LangChain. LangChain is a framework that simplifies the creation of application using large language models. It offers tools for integrating and utilizing LLMs, making it easy to build chatbots and other AI-driven language applications. Okay, so today what we are going to do, we are using a collaboration between the Hugging Face and LangChain, and it is a kind of new partner package in LangChain. So LangChain has introduced this new package, which is a joint venture between Hugging Face and LangChain, and it is a collaboration or integration between Hugging Face and LangChain. Hugging Face is known for its NLP models and tools, while LangChain is a framework for building application with language models. The partnership enhancing Hugging Face capabilities in natural language processing and model deployment for generative AI applications. So in this application, we will try different models and see their performance using code of LangChain. And for example, you can go onto the Hugging Face and you can try the model Gemini, Mistral, Llama, and GPT. Basically, there are two ways to implement this application, and we will stick to the first one, that is using the API of the Hugging Face and the model to build our application. To implement this application, I will use the Google Colab for my code purposes. Here, the libraries which we will use in this application, and the first one is called, look at here, LangChain Hugging Face. It is a new library which we can find in LangChain. So we will install this library, and there is another library that is called Hugging Face Hub. Hugging Face Hub is a collection of different LLMs. So we will install that as well here. And the next library is Transformer, which is used to call LLMs. So we will install this as well. And alongside, we will use the library Accelerate, Bits and Bytes, and LangChain, as we use LangChain as a platform to build this application. So we will install that as well. So let's complete the first step, and we are going to install all these libraries. Run this button, and these libraries will be installed here. Meanwhile, it's being installed here. Let's go to the next step. We will move to Hugging Face website, and here you should create your account. Here we will use some tokens which will be used which will enable us to use the models from the Hugging Face. And in this page, just come over here and press this and look at setting, press setting, and you will find here access token. So now we have to create access token for Hugging Face. So let's press this. Here I have already created an access token here, and if you are new here, just press this button and create a new token. So if you want to create a new token, press this and use read here and give it a name, and then create token here. For example, let me see test 1 and create token. Now we have this token here. Just copy this token and keep it safe and press done. Okay, now we have this new token, test token here. From here you can also delete this, it is up to you. So once you have copied this token, we will come over here our Google Colab and create a private key from here. So it is a kind of secret, your secret, as I already have created it, but if you are new here, just press this, you will get this one. So we will create two private keys here. One is called HF_token and the second is Hugging Face. Hub token, and enable them, and you can paste the key which you copied from there and paste over here in both the same. Remember, the same ID token ID will be used in both of the cases, and these two keys we will use in our code, and we will see there afterward. Okay, the first step is complete now, and then the second step, we will call those secret keys. How to call those secret keys which we have just saved in our secret key area. So this code, we will use this code. And here you can see that from google.colab import user data, and here you can see that user data.get, and here is that our key HF token, which we look at here. HF token is here. Now we are calling this secret key here using this lab, and if you print this, and this secret key, this token is in this variable which is known as secret key, and if you print this secret key, your secret key will be visible over here like this. And don't use this key because I will delete it later on. So it is better to generate your own key instead of using this key, because it will not be available later on once this class is over. Okay, so the technique which we will apply here, that is how to use Hugging Face model API to implement in our code, and in this way we can use that model which is on the Hugging Face in our this environment. So now we will see how to access Hugging Face model with API. Okay, if you come over Hugging Face website again, here you will have a multiple models. Look at here. And these are fit for different purposes. You can hear this is multi-models, computer vision, natural language processing, audios, tabular, reinforcement learning, and like that. You even can pick a model using its name. For example, let me call Mistral. Okay, look at here. And there are different Mistral models, and see this. So here you can pick any model. For suppose if I want to pick this one, Mistral 7P, you can click this, or you can click this as well, anyone. So let me click this one. So here we have this model here. So later I selected this model here. No, I want to call this model that is in a simple language. I want to use this model. So to calling a model, there is one method to use this API. So API, or we can also call it endpoint. So to use the endpoint of this, so that I can use this model in my code, in my application, so I have to copy this endpoint, which is also called API. So press this and it will copy it. Okay. And let me tell you, there is another way to use this model. The second way is that you can download this into your machine, but that is very resource intensive task, and you have to a lot of heavy GPUs for that. So that is not recommended right now. So we will use this endpoint technique here. So we are using the technique what that is called, that using the endpoint, which is called also API. So I'm about to use this technique here. So in this way we will access Hugging Face models with the help of APIs, which are the endpoints of those models which we are interested in. And you can see that we have installed Hugging Face here in the first tab. Here, look at here, Hugging Face Hub. We have installed it here. In this Hugging Face Hub, there are a lot of models, and we will use those models using the endpoint of particular model. The second method in which we will where we have to download the model, that is useful for those people where they want to build a commercial application. And for that you have to pay amount to this model, for usage of this model. But right now we are using the free usage, so we're using the open source model, and for that we will use endpoint criteria, endpoint method. So through using our secret key, which we call HF_token, using this secret key, so we have some liberty to use this model as a free. So it is a limited, they have allowed the limited free usage here. So otherwise for more usage you have to pay. HF token stands for Hugging Face token. So first of all, whenever you want to use any model from the Hugging Face, you should first have Hugging Face token. So we must have Hugging Face token so that we can use any model from Hugging Face. Okay. Now we are going to use this one, import this Hugging Face endpoint, and for that it is available, as we discussed, it is available in LangChain. So from LangChain Hugging Face we will import Hugging Face endpoint. So right now, so from here we are going to use LangChain framework to create the AI application, and in that AI application we will use different models. So let's execute this. Okay. Now I want to access the LLM from the Hugging Face. So for that I have to use those secret keys, so which I have created over here. Look at here, HF token and Hugging Face Hub token. So as both keys are same but the names are different, so here to access first of all Hugging Face Hub and HF token, so I have created this code. I have already used this code, and then I import OS, and in OS in var I will use this, and I will put this secret key which is over here. Look at here, and I will write over here. So in this way I will able to access, using this secret key to access Hugging Face LLM hubs. So I will access any LLM from the Hugging Face using this secret key. Now if I run this code, second one, look at here. and you can see here again we have this secret key which we have copied from there, and I have used this secret key here in my environment, in my OS operating system. Okay, so in this way we can call any model from the Hugging Face into our environment using this secret key. As on the Hugging Face there are open source model as well as paid models, but our focus is on open source. Now once we have established this secret key in our environment, now it's time to call any particular model in our this app and see its result. So first I will create a repo ID. Repo mean we also call repository ID here. It's a kind of folder. So here, so in this repo ID I will mention the model, the endpoint of the model which I supposed to use here. As we just pick this model, and then from here this is we have copied the endpoint. Let me do it again. Just copy the endpoint of this model and I have pasted over here in repo ID that the endpoint which I copied from the Hugging Face, and I use this model here which is called Mistral 7 billion parameter. So this endpoint is acting as an API here which help us to communicate between our application and the model on the Hugging Face hub. Now I will create a variable called LLM, and here I will use this Hugging Face endpoint, and in this Hugging Face endpoint there are some parameters, that this repo ID. Okay, repo ID is equal to repo ID, and this repo ID is this one, and then max length 128 and temperature 0.7, and token, the token is same thing here, which is again it is same thing, secret key. Look at here, we have used this secret key over here, and as well as here. So we will mention this secret key here in the token parameter. So let's execute this one as well, and you can see here the code which are already executed, there are tick marks, green tick marks. So let's execute this as well. Okay. Now we are able to access any model from the Hugging Face, because this Hugging Face endpoint has created a variable, and which will access using this secret key any model from the Hugging Face. Now I want to call that LLM, the LLM which I mentioned here, Mistral 7 billion parameter. So I want to call that. Call means I want to use that model now here. So for that we will use the word invoke. So let me use LLM. LLM was the variable here. So in which I have mentioned the secret key of that model and some parameters. Now I will use this variable and want to call that model. So LLM dot invoke. So in this way I will put some prompt here. So this prompt will use that LLM to generate the response. So the question is, what is machine learning? So let's run this now. Let's see the response. Here you can see that I am using the model Mistral 7 billion parameter, and when I run this, so it's login successfully. But when I invoke using the question machine, what is machine learning, and it gives me the error. The reason is that this model, which is Mistral 7 billion, it is so big, and my compute resources in this Google Colabs are not enough to handle this large model. So either you should have good resources in your Google Colab. For that you may have to purchase extra resources, but right now I want to use free Google Colab resources. So I have to change this model. So I want to go, no, I want to opt for smaller model, and let's see the result. So let's use this model, that is OpenAI Community GPT-2, and see now whether I will get the error or not. First run this. Fine. Login successfully. And now invoke. Oh, I got the response now. So, but the response is not so good. Machine learning is the science of making data more accessible, more interesting. It uses data to make new prediction. Yeah, that's good as well. But because this is a smaller model and this is the one of the older model, it is not the new one, so your response is not maybe up to your expectation. But even then, it is the response is good. So now we have handled the problem of the error was, the reason of the error was that I was using the large model and my resources, compute resources, were not enough to handle that. So I changed my decision and picked the smaller model. In this way, you can experiment with different models and see their performance. And some models may give you some less access. You can experiment that. So the purpose of this application is that. Now I want to use LangChain. From LangChain, I will use prompt template, and second thing, LangChain. So let's see. So from LangChain, I will use this command, import prompt template and LangChain. No, I will use LangChain here. So from LangChain, I will use prompt template and LangChain. So I will use this code of line. So here, this is my question. Who is the founder of Pakistan? And now I will create a prompt template. So first I have to see in the template, I will have a question and then answer. So the answer would be, let's think step by step. So it will think step by step and give us the answer of the question. So with the help of this question and template, I will create a prompt. And in this prompt template, I will use a parameter template, which is over here, and the input variable, which is question. Question is over here. So using these two parameters, the prompt template will be generated. And then I will print that prompt. And this prompt technique, generating the prompt in a customized way, it is in the LangChain. And if I run this, look at my prompt. Input variable, there is input variable, question, template. And next I will use this LangChain of the LangChain. So what it will do, it will connect all these things into a chain and give us a answer from the prompt. Okay, so LangChain like this. There are two parameters, LLM and prompt. So using this prompt over here, so it will generate a chain and give us the answer of that chain. LangChain dot invoke, and question is the parameter. Okay, now let's run this and see the importance of this chain of LangChain. And look here, using this LangChain, we have both question, who is the founder of Pakistan, and the answer here. So the answer is not appropriate because we are using the older models. If you use the newer models like Mistral or the Llama 3 like that, so the answer will be much relevant. So first of all, like this, look at here. So this is our answer. So this is the beauty of this LangChain. We receive both question as well as the answer. So this was our today project, and you can also use another way, which is, in that case you can download that, but that is also that will also require huge resources. But as we have found that we face a resource problem here, our resources, computing resources were not enough. So we were using this Google Colab, but there is another option. You can use Kaggle. They also providing us some compute resources. We can check that as well, whether they provide us enough compute resources so that we can use this large, bigger LLM to check its performance. So this was all about our today's project. Thank you so much. We have observed that while using the large model, and our compute resources are not sufficient to handle that one. So now, and we opt for smaller model. But the problem was that the response was not up to our expectation, and it means that response was not good enough. Okay, so let's change the resources and come over here, click this, and change the run time type. So just wait, let me see this. Okay, I think I should go opt for this TPU again and change and save this. Okay, now let me change my resources now. It is upgrading, yeah, it is okay now. Look here, now I have RAM 4 GB to 334 GB, and disk is 26 GB to 225 GB available to me now. So now I have improved my resources. Let's run this code again and look the speed now. So all the libraries have been installed. So let's move to the next one. Let it be finished. Okay, it is finished. Okay, now so let's move to the next step. Generate token from Hugging Face for Hugging Face access. Okay, now Hugging Face endpoint. For that, from LangChain Hugging Face, I have to import Hugging Face endpoint. And look here, this is OpenAI community. This is the older LLM, and smaller one. Let's compare the response. First, let's run it. So it is for comparison purpose. It is successfully logged in, and then now invoke this. What is machine learning? So let me change what is generative AI. Let me write here generative AI. So let me check it's the response. Then I will compare. It is smaller model, and okay, I have the response. Generative AI is the term used by researcher and business leader to describe a technology. Okay, now let's move and let's now check the second model, Mistral. Mistral is very big model as compared to the previous one. So let's check its response. Let's run it. Log in successfully. And now invoke this. Generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence that can create new content such as images, text and music based on pattern. It has learned from the existing data. And you can see here the response is so excellent, and it is up to our expectation. It is beyond our expectation. So this is how large language model, the big models are, they are so good. So now we have compared both of them, and now we have seen that this time there was no error. Okay, so let's go to and use this LangChain prompt template and LLM chain. Run this now. And question is, what is the founder of Pakistan? Last time, using the smaller model, answer was this. Pakistan is a country that came into existence in 1947. It was created as a homeland for Muslim. In the Indian, the founder generally, okay, I think it has generated using this model. Okay, now let's run this. So now the response is that in the last time the response was not, it couldn't give me the proper answer. And now see the answer here. Let me run it again. So Pakistan is a country this, and you can see here at the end here, look at here where it is now. Look at here. The founder of Pakistan generally recognized Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He was prominent Indian Muslim. So this is how we have. So we have checked the large language model as well, the bigger model, that is Mistral. In this way we can also check Llama 3 and other models as well. So let me try Llama 3 now. So Llama 3.1 is over here. So I think Llama 3 8 billion is good. Okay, let me check it. Or Llama 3.1. Okay, let me check Llama 3.1 first. So this is the API. Now I have changed the model to Llama 3.1 8 billion. So let's run this. Login successfully. Let's see the response now. What is generative AI? Oh, error. The reason is that Llama 3 requires huge resources as compared to mine. So it will not run in this machine. So this is the problem you have observed now. So you have enough resources to run a very large model. So thank you once again.